You knock on the door, and a man answers. In finery. And he greets you and introduces himself. Give me 1 second.
As the character you created.
Shit. He introduces himself as the steward. Beltran Hughes, steward of House Valdaria. The Lord loves to have guests, Lord Valdaria. Please, please, come inside.
Jorganel's gonna be like, I present to you, my Lord Bathcombe, some shit. That's enough! That's enough, servant. I'll be happy to entertain. Are my fellow guests allowed in as well?
Just whispering.
Says, yes, most certainly. Come inside, and as he opens the door, you can see this. I used to have a map for it all. It's not important though. You see this enormous entry chamber, larger than some of the inns you've stayed in, just in the entry chamber. Large staircases surrounding it, leading up to the second level. Art, well kept, wainscoted walls. Very, very. Their money has been spent.
Big screen TVs.
And he looks to you because now he's treating you as Lord Bathrobia or whatever.
Bathcombe.
He apologizes. He says, "The master is currently not available. However, you are welcome to wait for him. I can offer you refreshments in the parlor."
Well, certainly it has been a trying journey, I must say. Servant, make yourself at home. Don't steal anything.
I just hate whine growls at you. Rude gesture from the deaf mute guy.
So
that one's been taking some time to train.
He says, "Please follow me."
I've already cut out his tongue.
He leads you down through double doors into a hallway, and down this hallway there's doors. It stretches for what seems like an eternity straight ahead. You travel straight ahead and past basically a T in the hallway. One hallway leading west and one hallway leading east.
Would my bardic knowledge tell me how this family made their wealth?
Sure. They're ultimately, the House Valdario is well known for lumber and basically forestry, the materials that come from forestry, and objects that come from that.
Okay.
Furnishings, furniture.
Land baron.
Correct.
So I would know the same stuff with an 18 of knowledge and ability.
Yep, most certainly.
Okay.
You guys would know that they're not necessarily like a king level of nobility. They're a high holder. Yeah. They have property and they have wealth and they control. They're big players in trade.
What was the village we came from that was sending logs down the river?
Oh, that was on a different. No, that was on a different continent.
Greenwood Delta.
Greenwood Delta is the end result of the timber village.
Yeah, what's up with this forest back here?
Are you just gonna ask while you're in the hallway, or
Yeah, you're asking
are you gonna wait
hallway?
until you
What's
get
up
to
with
the
that
parlor?
forest?
I got a plan.
He's got a plan.
Follow
I
his
just-
lead.
I just compliment the fine establishment. And
I roll a sleight of hand. Well, it's a 15.
Steal some shit.
No, to like signal, and you probably don't understand it because we've never worked out a system, but Jordan understands it. Play along. I'm gonna tell the Rangers something. Good.
Fair enough. Yep.
okay.
Eventually, he reaches a door, and he opens it, and kind of holds it open for you, and it opens into a parlor, and it's more of a receiving room than like somewhere where you'd hold like. It's too large to be like a family seating area. Too small to be for large groups, but it's still pretty massive, filled with very nice furnishings. And he says, "Please, please, make yourself at home."
Thank you so kindly. I'll be happy to lounge a bit while your lord finishes business. No hurry.
8 days later.
Is he gonna disappear?
No, he's still there.
Damn it!
Doesn't get the road to
First emotion. You. Who else is a fighter?
road.
No, okay. Anyway.
Okay.
You three are my bodyguards. They're very, very secretly, like I'm conversing with my servants, but you three are my
There you
bodyguards.
go. How do you explain this, giant lion?
I don't care. I paid a fortune for it.
So, I'm assuming you guys will all enter the parlor.
Yep.
Yes.
And he says, "Can I offer you refreshments?"
Door slam.
I will take a water, please. It's just been a long, parched, dusty trail. For right now.
I'm gonna pass.
Pass.
I'm also passing.
Jorgenel goes to speak, and Talmador goes, shh, shh, shh. Bats his hand down.
The steward turns to the door, where at some point a servant, maid, servant girl, whatever you want to call her, has come down the hallway, and he says, I have 2 pages here, so I have to pop back and forth. I apologize. I didn't give her a name.
That's fine.
Uh,
Time
Servant girl.
He motions to her and just says, "Please, water for the Lord." And then he says, "If you'll excuse me for just a moment, I will go and see if we've received the Lord back yet.
Okay.
If not, I will return, and I'm more than happy to entertain you and hear all about your journey."
Okay.
And he steps out. He closes the door as he steps out.
Wasn't
Also,
this-
everybody roll a listen.
Wasn't this the place that people don't ever fucking come back from?
Yes.
Talmador's 27.
23.
Talmador's 27. Jorgenel's 10.
12.
9, 10.
9 and 10.
Yep.
5.
Well, okay, Robot doesn't hear it, and whoever rolled the 9 doesn't hear it.
Okay.
But you can also
Sorry.
hear the rumble of thunder.
Okay. I don't hear it, but lion definitely.
Right.
By the way, is there anything obvious like that I'm close to that I can steal
I don't hear
quickly
shit.
from my robe?
I'm sure there's something.
Okay, just something tiny.
Just roll sleight of hand, and
Alright,
there's nobody watching you.
that's what I figured.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good roll. That's actually a good roll.
Motion you guys to talk.
29.
Not even your party notices. You just pilfer something. Pick something that you
Wait,
find
come on.
in a
Wealthy land baron
seating
looking to
room.
import
Big
wood.
old painting. You're just like lovely land baron.
Yep.
Under your shirt.
I'm gonna take
Lord
like
Bathrobe.
Bathtub.
It's like, you're my
Piece of
bodyguards. I
porcelain
hired
as a
you, paid an
vase.
exorbitant amount because you got a lion. It's very important.
vase.
Wealthy land baron, come here and import wood. Pull, you two guys, rangers come close. Like, I hired you to scout the local wood and forest area because I'm a wealthy land baron. You guys are out here judging the quality of the trees. Look at your cleric.
Right.
You are my religious advisor. I'm very, very close to God, whatever God you're. So pick it up, we'll go with it. I look at the rogue, I'm like,
Good thing he chose her.
don't steal anything yet.
Okay.
When you hear the key phrase banana sandwiches, steal.
Okay.
banana sandwiches is the go-to.
Yep.
Meanwhile, he's just stealing. All of a sudden, you're like, banana sandwiches, and he's like,
Done.
Got your back.
After some time, not a ridiculous, not an impolite amount of time, but after some time, the steward hurries back into the room, opens the door, lets the servant girl in with a large crystal pitcher of water and a glass. She brings it to you, obviously presents it, places it on the table next to you, and bows to you, bows to the steward, and leaves. And the steward says, "My apologies for taking so long. Seems like you arrived just in time. A huge storm is rolling in from the north, and they're never pleasant nor short this time of year. I would draw the ire of the master if I did not offer you all lodging here for the night to ride out the storm. Of course, that is completely up to you, but the roads aren't safe as it is, and even less so with lightning falling like rain and water turning the road into a quagmire." He stops as the servant girl is just exiting the room. I did give her a name. "Serena, tell Thalia to prepare a dozen guest rooms on the second floor of the east wing. Once these folks decide they're staying, I would like to be able to show them the quarters immediately." And with that, she bows again and exits the room, and the steward sits down in a chair across from you.
is there a stable, perhaps, that my pet wolf can stay the night in?
Or you just stay in your room.
Is your wolf with you?
He's
He's out in the yard.
Oh.
Lion with
Robot's horse is out in the yard.
Lion
as
is
well.
with me.
Oh, I was wondering. Because I was like, this lion's coming in. Why can't my horse?
I think your lion smurred my horse. I don't think so.
You're going to inquire about a stable?
Yeah.
Most certainly. Just past the east wing is a stable. If you'd like, I could send one of the stable boys to to escort your animal, as peculiar as a wolf may be, to the stables. The choice is yours. You're more than welcome to do it yourself.
It's a stable.
There is
It's
also a horse out there if you would be so kind as to escort that to the stable as well.
Most certainly. And he travels to the door, and he shouts to Serena
Yes.
again as she's
Say,
a distance
Find out-
away, but the sound carries
Cormac
incredibly
said,
well. And she
Find out
says,
what
Serena,
is playing in the woods. Like why
He's
it's
like,
dangerous.
hey Serena, get the
Please.
stable.
let Quentin or one of his boys know.
Yeah.
The stable is going to have new guests. One of the stalls will have to be modified to be acceptable for a wolf. Also, make sure the horse is well taken care of. And he steps back into the room, sits back down in his chair.
I'm gonna say thank you. It's so kind of you to take care of my companions. They're serving me very well. As you may know, Lord Bathcombe, I'm Lord Bathcombe, and I've made my fortune in dealing with land and assorted other accoutrements, of course. And I've been very interested. I'm very curious to know what is plaguing the forests. As you can see, the two rangers that acquired me, they're here to engage and ascertain the quality of your exported wood products.
With you mentioning the exported wood products, it doesn't. He's not nervous. He's actually kind of depressed by that. And he says, "Oh, the Lord hasn't moved."
Have you moved your wood in a while? No.
No, I haven't.
Nope. Okay. It's been a fortnight.
The forest to the
Not a
south
time that I'm not.
started to become black and dark. Our best rangers and druids could not say that anything is wrong with the forest. As such, the Lord has been operating to the north of the house, using that as his timberland. He's been spending a lot of time at his hunting lodge in the foothills to the north. However, we haven't had a whole lot of connection with the city of Brandenburg because of the darkness to the south.
Charlie Murphy?
This darkness is spreading. What does the Lord like to do in his free time? Or does he like to hunt?
He spends much of his free time now either traveling his lands to the north, ensuring that when travel does re-begin to Brandenburg,
Totally did it.
the exports are most profitable. He also, of course, hunts deer and elk and travels with his personal guard, ensuring that the land in the immediate area is free of the orcs.
This has a very dangerous game-esque feel to this place. You're all getting hunted.
Yep.
We're just wondering.
Our horse
We
and
returned.
wolf heads are already mounted.
Yep.
Most dangerous prey, human. Bird just said, "Fuck this, I'm out of
So
here."
the land of the south is what's the eerie feeling.
That's where it came from.
To the north is Mr. Lord.
You'd be happy to know that we slayed some orcs and giants. That away.
At the mention of orcs, when you say orcs, it doesn't really shock him, but when you mention giants, he's kind of astonished. He says, "Giants now. What'll be next?"
Dragons.
More giants.
Bigger giants.
Colossal giants.